guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Sonia with Books and Diamonds, and today is just another Whip and Chat. Whip stands for work in progress, and chat just means we're gonna hang out here for a little bit. I'm still working on Lean on Me by Jody Bergsom. I am starting on his ear right there. And let's get started. Nothing really new with the supplies, just the pink wax, and my Diamond Art Club pen, and a tray from Forever Young. And yeah, so this is going to be going up a little bit after the holidays, maybe around New Year's. So I hope everybody had a good holiday season with whatever you celebrate, and I hope if you work in retail or at a call center, you survive the chaos, because it has been extremely bad this year. I work at a call center, I will not name it for the sake of my sanity here, but yeah, people were just being kind of a little extra this year. I'm trying to think of a nice way to put this. And yeah, so it was a tough December for me, to really be honest with you. Work wise, and then I suffer from migraines, which, if you know somebody or if you suffer with them yourself, like, I really do, I really do feel for you. But I'm trying to get, time where I can, I can take time off when I get one, because of our new attendance policy. It's really strict on, I pretty much have to be there every day. So I'm trying to get on to FMLA, and it's not going for me very well right now. So that's kind of gotten me down a little bit for the holiday season, just because, the uncertainty of, you never know when you're going to have an episode. Like, you hope that you can work, a lot. Like, but at the same time, it's like, I could wake up one morning and be feeling great, and then I wake up the next morning and I feel like, terrible. So it's just kind of where I'm at in life right now. I don't like getting them. I'm on medication right now for them, but that's still not a guarantee. So I just want that paperwork to go through so I can focus on the better things. So my boyfriend just got his private pilot's license, and we're trying to go up, and the weather's been bad, but we're hoping to be able to go up soon. So that's something to look forward to. But diamond painting wise, the craziness is over with the whole Black Friday, and Cyber Monday and all that stuff. And I just, I started on my kit for my friend, that her birthday's in February. And that's been going pretty well. I can definitely tell the difference, because that's a diamond painting I just picked up during Black Friday. I can definitely tell the difference between the grid filled and the diamonds themselves. Like, it's definitely been a little bit of an easier project working on it because of all those factors. But at the same time, like, I don't ever feel like Diamond Art Club, maybe with their square kits, they were, um, the grid film matters a little bit more. Sorry for the yawning. Um, but for rounds, it just doesn't seem like it matters as much. And that's kind of why I like rounds. They're a little bit less finicky when it comes to a lot of stuff. And I feel like they're a more chill drill, but I feel like, so I worked on 2 squares in a row because I worked on this one right here and then Montemore, which I got as a square. I think you could have picked which shape you got, and I got a square. And then I have this in rounds, and the kit I'm doing for my friend is in rounds, so I'm kind of flopping that back. So probably my plan is, just kind of looking at my kits that I want to do. I don't know. I want to do a square. So that gives me working on Notre Dame at night. Starting that kit. And then what other squares? I've already forgotten what I picked for that video. I think the Chrysabug I picked was my Freya, which is a round kit, so that wouldn't work. I don't know, we'll see. I'm following Lizette's, like, redo your stash. I always keep forgetting what she's doing. Reestablishing your stash, or but she's like promoting people to work on their older kits, and that just works well for me because pretty much all my kits are old. Yay, I have this. So both of my kits do not fit in my Elizabeth Ward trays, which sucks. So I'm gonna be sitting here just trying to find what I need while I'm sitting here talking to you guys. I just opened up a new section. I am on his ear right now, and it's gonna be a lot of fun. But I pretty much have decided that this is my Wip and Chat kit, and then I'm hoping like soon we'll be able to do it more like a game where I spin a wheel and then pick which kit I work on. But because I am doing that one kit for a friend, I just don't want her to find out what it is. Okay, so that yeah, unfortunately I think it's just because like I don't have a lot of like really small, like a lot of these colors could have fit in a smaller container, but I didn't have access, or I ran out of the smaller containers. A trick with these Elizabeth Ward containers, if you're interested, is the more smaller containers you have, the more those are going to be the ones that you're more likely going to use, especially for these high color count kits, is what I've noticed. So if you get more smaller containers, one, this fits a lot more smaller ones than it's gonna fit the bigger containers. So ES. So I like Elizabeth Ward. Like, I love these containers so much. It's just you have to know how to play with them, and I have not figured the science out on them yet. Because what I'll do is, like, I'll open up a section and then find, like, all the colors, and then when I'm done finding, like, all the colors, like, then I'll start. But anyway, I hope you guys got, like, some cool kits, because there was even a couple cool kits on this last release. I'm filming this on the 22nd, and last weekend they actually had a decent drop. I really liked the, like, watercolor dragon kit that they sold. Like, that was really cute. If you consider dragons cute, like that, I know that's kind of a thing, but yeah, I thought that was a really pretty one. I want to work on, like, a watercolor type kit. Oh, I have my Margaret Morales kit that I could work on, and I think that's a square. I'm like, I have a watercolor kit. It is in my stash. It's a Margaret Morales. It will be perfect. And I'm really looking forward to that one, just because of the fact that it's Onihime, I think is the name of the kit. And yeah, I'm really excited to work on that one. I've heard nothing but great things about Margaret Morales and how her artwork comes out. So I am really looking forward to that one. And then, of course, this N. There's, like, a lowercase n letter, and it's driving me crazy. Okay. I think I got most of it. Thank you for bearing with me, guys. And I just did that. Just dropping all my diamonds on the floor. At least they were closed, but still. But yeah. I am almost, if this is going to be kind of a video gamey talk, but I'll try to be quick on it. So I've been playing Liza P, like, forever, it feels like. And I am on the last boss, and that is just not happening. I am, like, almost tempted to get, like, there's an option that you can do that just, you can just be like, hey, here's the thing, and you can end the game, like, right there, and I'm, like, kind of tempted. But I want, and I'm gonna have to do it for one of the endings anyway, because it's one of those games that you have, like, multiple endings. Any game I play, there's multiple endings. I don't know how I got so lucky to be one of those gamers that, you know, I have to have 50 endings to all my games. It's great. And some platinums, like, I'm not a platinum hunter per se. But I do like to feel like I've seen as much of the game as possible. I feel like some platinums are a little too ridiculous. Like, there's a platinum for Final Fantasy VII Remake and uh Rewind. I think it's Rewind. But the remake trilogy for Final Fantasy VII, and I just one of the to get the platinum, you have to play all the chapters on hard. Sorry about that. On hard mode, which would be fine if hard mode was a little bit more flexible and a little bit easier to do, but it changes the rules to the point where it's like, okay, you have harder enemies, which is fine. Like, I don't, but you can't get items or use items, and I'm just like, but shouldn't I be awarded for doing New Game Plus? Like, I've gone through this game once, like, and the game's like, no, it's gonna be even worse. So, not a big fan of how they do that. I'm really hoping, I'm a big Kingdom Hearts fan, and I've never played the super hard mode. But that game just is like, okay, here's like all your stuff, like, and then the enemies are just a little bit harder, which I think is fair. I think if you play New Game Plus, like, if the game's like, okay, the enemies are gonna be harder, like, that's fair. I'm cool with the enemies just being a little bit harder because I have upgraded equipment and I don't want to have to, like, I don't want the game to be like just giving it to me, right? Like, I want to still feel a challenge going through it, but not as much as I struggled with the first time. And then I say that, and then I'm gonna fight the first boss in Liza P if I ever do the New Game Plus, which probably when I want to buy the DLC, I'll probably play New Game Plus. And then I'll want it to be super easy because it's a hard game. And then it's kind of it for the video game side. And then I am working on my 25 books of 2025 right now to see how much I can finish before the end of the year. I might work on it a little bit within the new year. Because I still want to read the books that I put on my list. Like, I have, I think, like 7 or 8 more. And I would really like to get the rest of those done. But we'll see. Because I would really actually like to start Game of Thrones too, book wise. So if you're a Game of Thrones fan and you want like deeper analysis, like stuff like that, I am gonna be putting that on my main channel. And I'll put a link down below for it. Yeah, but I did like how Game of Thrones ended, so I want to read the books and kind of see what direction he was thinking of taking it. Now, they're not completed. And I know, like, no hate to him, and don't put hate in the comments for not having Winds of Winter, but I would really like to have that series finished eventually, and I would like it to be finished by him. Like that's his baby, like that's his main project. Sorry guys. But I don't know. Like, I don't know how close he is to giving us like the 6th book, and then it's like, okay, like you could give us the 6th book, but then we're still having to wait for a 7th book. I think what they should do is hopefully what's gonna happen is, I'm hoping, if he needs to separate the last book into 2 parts, I'm hoping they'll do like the 6th book like full, and then they'll do, maybe release the last book, and then bring out the first part first. That way we can have it, and then we're just waiting for the last part. I don't know if he got worried because of how the show handled the ending, and if that was the ending he was thinking like he was gonna do. I really hope not. Because it's so sad to see a show like that was so good at the time that it was released, and so culturally significant, to go downhill that badly. But at the same time, you have to let the show end, and I think that was the problem. I think, like, the network wanted to keep it going forever, and then, like, I think he wanted to keep it going. I think he was feeling like that was being rushed. But I could just tell that those actors were just not in it for the last couple of seasons. And I can understand, like, it was, like, they were actually on location. So you're talking about, like, for a long period of time, and you're looking at an older cast too. Like, most of these people are older, so they have kids and everything. So you have to be away from your kids and stuff, which is a sacrifice you make. But if you can, not have this television show linger on forever, it's just a lot better for everybody that's actually involved in having to do that on a day-to-day basis. And I just think they were, like, maybe they were, like, they just did not, nobody seemed like they were really in it. And, like, you could tell, like, by the editing, like, they left a Starbucks coffee cup. And you're, like, you're getting airs that, like, we've never gotten before. So, it's, like, so, which, I mean, it was kind of funny, but it was, like, you guys have always been so good about, focusing and making sure, like, stuff like that doesn't happen. And you, like, I think you could tell, like, they're not in it anymore. I think what they should do is, I think they should make it an animated series. And maybe not redo the whole thing animated, because I just, why would you do that? But I think having, like, the ending where it's animated, that way we can still have it, like, have a version of it where we can watch it. That's really what I want. I think, and we don't know when we're gonna get the spring one. So sorry guys. It was a hard day at work today, so I'm sorry. So it's just, it's so different thinking about like when the books are going to be finished and what we got and if it's going to be the same thing. If it is the same way, I hope he writes it in an elegant way because I know a lot of people were just not digging how that ended, including myself. I was not for that ending whatsoever. I'm okay with how people died. Like, not to spoil anything, but that part was okay. And, like, how the Starks ended was fine, but it was like everybody else was, like, got the short end of the stick or something. I'm like, okay, people. Yeah, but there's my daily Game of Thrones rant that I'm always talking about that show. And that series and the books and everything. I love that show so much. That's why it's like I really wanted them to do a good job. Like I want fond, like when I think about it, like I want fond memories. But I cannot say I have fond memories of the last season. The only thing I don't like about these Forever Young trays is the diamonds do really stick in there, and I'm like, okay, we don't need that. But yeah, I just hope, I want more fantasy. Like, I want more fantasy, but I'm like, I want fantasy that translates well to whatever medium that they want to do. So it's like, I would really like a Red Rising. I think they're talking movies, but what I'm hoping that they do with the Red Rising is they do the first 3 in movie form. I think that would be fine. And then when they do the second part, do it as like a TV show. Unless they're going to be splitting those movies into parts. Because I don't think there's any way that you can give me all of Dark Age without splitting that film. And they might do it that way. That was like such a big thing when the Twilight films and the Hunger Games and all that was coming out, was to do multiple films. So they might do it that way. I haven't seen a franchise do that forever. Besides Dune. Dune did that. I haven't seen those movies. Well, I will be cleaning that up later. Oh, well, maybe I can just clean it up. I don't know if you guys saw that, but like my diamonds went all over the place. But okay. I have to say, like, these comparable to the old, like, these diamonds comparable to the new ones I'm using, there is a static difference. And I don't know really what creates static. Because these kids, like, I mean, they sit in my closet. So it's not like the temperature really changes too much. Like, I'll put my heater on because that's where I work, is in my closet. And so maybe that, but oh, cool. Got most of them. Yeah, so I don't. But that is like a pretty color. But yeah, I just noticed this new one that I just kitted up. Like, perfect level of non-static, and I was very happy because I took my dryer sheet. I did it between calls like one day because I was like, we're slow, slower than normal. So I was like, okay, I'll just kit up. And it was a breeze. It was so nice. Yeah. I just, like, I don't remember, like, the last movie I even have seen. Oh, that's not true. I tried to watch Logan, and that was not successful. And I am a Wolverine fan. Like, out of most of the Marvel stuff, like, I really do like Wolverine. I think his story, like, everything about, Wolverine / Logan is really interesting. But this is like stuck on here. Well, that's just gonna live there now. Okay. But it didn't feel like Logan. Like, it didn't like feel like a Wolverine movie. Like, yeah, he still had the Wolverine claws and, you know, and everything. And some of the X-Men characters were in it. But it just did not feel to me like that type of movie. Like, it felt like, and I'm okay with some dark material. Like, I read some dark stuff, I watch some really dark stuff. Like, I watched an anime, I think it was this year, called Psychopaths, and that was very, very dark. So dark material doesn't usually bug me too much, but, like, when I'm not expecting it, and it's from, like, a source, like, I like the lighter material. It's like, okay, well, I don't really like this. I know you're doing this, and so that was interesting. There's not been any movie that's, like, caught my attention that I'm like, I want to go see that in theaters. And I watched K-pop Demon Hunters, and that was really fun. But they didn't, like, they released that in theaters for such a short time. I really think Netflix should maybe start it on their platform, but also give you the option to see their movies in theaters. I think we should provide a way for, like, if people want to see something, like, in theaters, like, they don't have Netflix, they don't want to buy Netflix, they should be able to see some of the Netflix movies in theaters. I think that would really help Netflix out. But I feel like Netflix more focuses on their TV shows, which is great. I think TV has gotten way better than it was in, like, the 90s and early 2000s. Even though I like a lot of the stuff from that time, like, that's the time I grew up in, so I liked that material. But, like, when it comes to fantasy shows, like, they were such a joke, and wouldn't get a lot of, like, money and stuff. So, which is sad, because I think, in all honesty, a lot of these like fantasy shows would have been like great, and I think they would have lasted a long time. Like Charm could have lasted forever. Like I was glad when it ended. Like I've been tempted to go back and do a rewatch of Charmed because when Charmed was out, I was like, I want to watch Buffy. I want to watch Angel. And I've done rewatches of both of those. So I've been tempted to do a Charmed. I'm just not a big fan of the first 3 seasons. R.I.P. What was her name? Shannon Daughtry? Daughtry? Prue from that show, like R.I.P. Like that was super sad, but her character just didn't add to me. Not like what Paige added. So I don't know, but I might do a rewatch. I would like to do some more classic like TV lookbacks for my other channel. That's just my name, by the way, Sonia Spires. But we'll see. Like I have my friend right now. Like we're watching Has Been Hotel. I've seen the first season twice now because of her. And then the second season we're on right now, so I'm on my second watch of that. And it is so good. If you are of the age where you can watch it, because it is definitely for mature audiences, like, it's such a good show. It is a cartoon, it is a musical, but it's such a fun show. Maybe see when the 3rd season is going to come out, and then you can just binge it. Because that's what I should have done in the first place. No, I get so excited to learn new things on that show, because it's still so new. It's not like One Piece, where it's like, I feel like One Piece is finally coming to a close. Enough where, like, we're starting to get all the answers, and we're getting, but I'm like, okay, are we still in Albath? Because I stopped reading One Piece, reading One Piece at the start of Albath. So, I don't know manga-wise where we're at. I know anime-wise they've finished Egghead and they're going to Elbath. And then they're not going to show any of the episodes for Elbath until April. Which is so long. But I think, I don't know why they decided 20 years later to be like, oh, now we're going to fix the issues that we were having. Like, it just didn't make sense to me, because I'm like, well, why do it now? Because it's like, of course, we could have One Piece for another 5 years. So that's probably these people's concern. They're like, another 5 years, we could still be doing this. So maybe let's find a better schedule. Because I don't think it's ever going to be a factor of they're going to be ahead of Oda. Like, I don't think that's ever going to be a possibility. Because that man just, like, works. And I love, I appreciate it. Like, I appreciate that he wants to see his world through and everything, and he doesn't want to stop it until he wants to stop it. I'm like, I'm giving you kudos for that. Because I feel like, thank goodness. And the live action of it's really good. Live action of Avatar I haven't seen, and I haven't heard good things. I actually binged the animated series to watch the live action, because I was like, I'm not just gonna watch the live action Avatar without having some material behind me. And then everybody was like, it's okay. Like, it's watchable, it's okay, but I was like, I don't know if I want to just watch something that's watchable. I'm doing that now I have another drama that I'm watching that I'm like, this needs to get somewhere. Like, and not in a... It's about, I can't think of what it's called. But it's about a guy, he owns a farm, and another family is trying to, build up the city type of thing, and there's a whole bunch of corruption, which I love a corruption government story. But it's just blah. Like, I'm like, I just need you guys to do something with this material. Like, I am almost done with this kitty cat's ear. I'm gonna flip you guys real quick. Like, look at that. Ooh. Look at that ear. That is a cute ear. Alright, we are almost to kind of where I like to stop. So, what are kind of my plans for the channel? I'm going to start there. So, my 2026 kits are the kits I'm going to work on in 2026. That's going to be the next video. And then you're going to see this Wip and Chat. And then I'm going to do a post review on Montemore. I think I'm going to be picking that up today, and then do a post review of that. And then probably just some more Whip and Chats. I don't see me having any different videos. Oh, I am probably going to have a video coming up here shortly about my no-buy. I'm doing a whole no-buy year with both diamond painting and reading. With diamond painting, it's going to be a little bit more tricky because I don't have anything like I can lean on, minus my stash. So, I'm hoping what this will do is it will get my stash back on track. Because I went over one. Now, there's going to be some people that are going to say, that's really not that big of a deal. And I might already actually be back down counting this whip, not counting the one I'm doing for my friend because I'm giving that to her. That I did not put as my stash. But I do have a tendency with stuff like this to go overboard and not work on stuff. I had at one point 200 books. I have 286 books, and I had at one point 200 books unread. So I'm really working hard to not brain more, brain less, and then actually read what's in my stash, my TBR. And the same thing with this. Even though you guys think, you might think okay, 10 kits, she only went over by 11. But I just don't want to make that okay for me because I can go overboard. So having it kind of as like a no buy year, and then until Black Friday, I am gonna break that for Black Friday. I don't care if I lose my Ruby status. It's not really that big of a deal to me personally. Cause I'm not buying kits a lot anyways. Um, Now I'm like sitting there like if I actually legit run out of kits, which I don't think is ever gonna happen, then I will be like I have to buy something because I have nothing. But I have a lot of kits that are like this size or bigger, so I think I'll be okay. But anyways, that's kind of what to look for on this channel. And what I'm reading right now is Lightbringer and Hellbent, by Lee Bardugo, and then Lightbringers by Pierce Brown, finishing up the Red Rising series. And then I'm watching just pretty much YouTube. I love all this end of the year content. And just everybody going over everything. And I like beginning of the year content. Like, I like to know what people's goals are and everything like that. That's a lot of fun too. And then what I'm listening to, I am still obsessed with the Epic Musical. If you are obsessed with the Epic Musical, like, put a wave in the chat. And if you're not, like, we'll just put waves in the chat for Poseidon. Like, he's great. And and I will finish this little part off and let you guys go. Like and subscribe. We only have 2 subscribers. But yeah, if you want more of this, just kind of craziness, just laid back, we're chit-chatting type of thing, I will be here. I'm hoping to get a schedule really, really soon for when to upload this. I have my Thursday, Sunday, I'm thinking maybe Tuesdays for Whip and Chats. So I'm not stepping on anybody's toes or anything. I'm just here vibing. But anyways, I hope to see you in the next one. Bye. Look at that pumpkin. That pumpkin's great.